Okay, so in the Sally Wheeler, you walk and trot a triangle. So I know some of you are competing tomorrow, some of you aren't. But I've made a triangle not the same dimensions as the Sally Wheeler, intentionally. When you do the triangle, you walk down, you walk across, you walk back to the judge. Let me back up. First, you stand the horse up here, facing this direction if we're going that way. You pose the horse. Then you can turn around. They'll tell you to walk. You walk down, across, and back. Then they ask you to trot. Same thing. Down, across, and back. Now you go from the left to the right of the judge intentionally so the horse is, you are not between the horse and the judge. The judge can see the horse. When I do a model class, I stand on the side away from the exhibitor. When I show a horse, I hope the judges want to see the horse, not me trot. If they're very thorough, they make a point of that. So let's start with Mr. Buddicky. We're going to do it just once each. These horses are going to be a little tired of being out here. You're going to stand them up somewhere this direction. Doesn't have to be exactly straight. Then we'll walk. And they're judging 3 lines at a walk. Oh, don't worry about it. You're good. That was good. I would have left him right where he was and just lifted his head up. Now he's not right behind. There you go. Stand on the other side of him.
Maybe this is where we pause for a second about how to stand them up. So what we usually advise is putting 1 rein in each hand, Robin. There you go. So that way you can steady him a little better, hold a little closer to his mouth. There you go. That's better. It's okay. Let him settle for a second.
All righty, now the judge is going to look at him. They're going to walk around. Your horse has to be able to stand so the judges can walk around. I tend, when I judge them, to stand back, look at the horse as a whole, complete animal. I want to see the look of eagles. The look of eagles is very important. First thing a judge sees every time you take a horse in the ring is their head. Then their front end, then their hind end. That's how they look at them. That's not what comes to be the most important. So we've got the head. We look if it's standing with its head down like this, it's leaning over its shoulder a little bit. He's doing the best he can to get it to stand still. We practice. I have 2 or 3 grooms. I'll stand one up and make the grooms come around, grab their tail, stand around until it just stands there and expects it. So I look at their head. Then I walk to the side and I look at them this way. And I look over their top line to make sure their hips are equal. They don't have a dropped hip. Then I walk over here and I look at the horse's body this way. Then I'll glance back here to see their gaskins. Lots of times when horse is fully developed on one side, very slight on the other. I look at both ankles. Feet are flat, square. You can see a club foot from behind or an upright foot. There is a difference. Then I walk around. No major blemishes. I come over here. I look at them this way. I come back here, look at them this way. Both feet this way. You can see an upright foot on one side and not on the other. And also behind upright feet. Then I glance at their hips. I look at the wither to see if it's equal. A lot of withers and shoulders are developed more on one side than the other. It is a flaw. It is a flaw. I make a little note. Just like any judge, we have our symbols. Okay, we're going to walk off. You got 1 shot at this. So I watch them walk off, see how they push off behind. First 2 steps. See if they're square. How you turn the turn is up to you. There, now we've got a nice proper walk. He's bulging a little left. Now, as the horse comes toward me, I'm also looking for confirmation flaws. I've watched one horse was a beautiful horse who walked right at the judges. It was back at both knees and they never saw it. And you can stand it up again. So when you're doing the triangle, then the judges will tell you thank you when they're done. So they watched it walk. Now they're looking to see how the confirmation appeared in association with the walk and the trot.
One rein in each hand so you can place him. There you go.
There you go. Thank you very much. Next one. Now remember, this horse is blocky. Just square. So you want to show it off to the best of its ability. So back it up a step. Let's see if we don't make its shoulder up here with more angle. There you go. Yep. So when we back a horse up, it should know to back up with all 4 legs facing the same direction in 2 tracks. You rehearse that. You practice that as a handler. You rehearse that. You practice that. Where you put your body, where you put your shoulder makes a difference. Just like when you ride, your hips control their hips, your shoulder controls their shoulder, your eyes control their eyes. So this is pretty good for this horse. He's a little rough. He stands where you would want the right front in front of the left slightly, 1 footprint to make him look the best he can be. You have to look at him, know that. You want a plumb line from the back hind leg straight down from their hip ideally. He's standing out behind himself. I tend to like him standing underneath himself, but that's my preference. Okay, we're gonna walk. Now think, you're gonna hold the reins with empathy, feel which reine's working to get him to walk straight. You learn to have pressure in 1 finger on one rein, 1 finger on the other reins. A little more walk. This is when they're really showing themselves off, is across the far end. Lots of time, if the horse isn't walking, I'll start walking away, hoping they try to walk a little more forward so they show the horse off better. Okay, this horse walks narrow in front. If you were going to show this horse, you'd work on getting him, maybe it's shoeing, maybe it's just the way he's built, but you try to present them the best they can. Thank you very much. Next one. It's not a race to stand them up. Judges will wait for you. If it's standing perfectly, they walk up to it and it starts to move around. Usually they'll step back and give you a moment. Everybody's panicked. Oh my God, I lost this position. Nah.
And that's something I notice actually at pony finals too. The kids, everybody's in such a hurry to stand them up. What they don't realize is sometimes a good horse with good conformation will come out, and if you just give it a second and let it settle, it will stand correctly. So just let it take a breath and don't start positioning it before it even stops. We see that a lot.
Now, one thing you want to do is make sure all 4 feet are flat on the ground. A cocked foot is not good, especially this one. He cocked and he twisted his hock like that. There you go. That's close. There. And they don't have to be ideal right now. The judges have already looked at them. Now we're doing the triangle. This horse is tied in a little bit at the tendon, very straight in the pastern, all 4. Does anyone know the proper angles for their pasterns? General? 55 and 45. All right, very good. Let's walk.
I do have one question. When I'm walking with the cross in the same hand as the reins, do you want the reins long or do you want them?
It doesn't matter. Present your horse.
You don't have.
You do not have to have two hands on the reins. So if you have your stick in the same hand, you can hold them a little lower. You can let them hang a little bit, but you don't have to have two hands on. You're welcome. Like that's perfect.
If you've ever read D. Wayne Lucas's book, he gives you proportions that are ideal. It's interesting. The longest part is their head and neck. The middle part is the next longest, and the shortest part is the hind end. Everything needs to be in proportion. When you show and handle your horse, you want to make the proportions look correct. This horse is touched long in the back, a little short in the neck. I'm not giving you all the answers because if you really want it, you'll find it. Now, Meredith, think this horse is a little low in the back. So how are you going to stand it up so we can make it appear that it's not so low in the back? High withered, a little ewe-necked. It's old, we know that. It's fine. Make it, show it the best you can. Present it the best way possible. You're very good at this. There you go, Meredith. Now lift its head up. Lift its head up. Lift its head up really high. Higher. Lift its head up higher. 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 There you go. That's almost too high, right there. That was the best you could get the middle of the horse, your top line. Good girl. Now it lowered its back again. So as you have it stand, you're going to lift its head up and just pull its nose toward your shoulder a little bit, and you'll show its top line off better. There you go. A little more. Up with the nose, just the nose. Oop. Make sure it doesn't move forward. But that's the idea. You can practice that. There you go. Okay, let's do our walk.
Walk forward with his head up. Walk faster. Just like when you stopped him with his head up, walk forward with his head up. There you go. If you need to touch him on the belly with a stick, you can if he's not following you.
A really good point. You need to look where you're going. You don't look at your horse. You've done that before you started to compete. If you look back, everything stops and drops. Let's put it that way. If you look back, everything stops and drops. Up and forward, up and around, up and around. Key words with horses, up and around. A little too much on the bridle. Let your reins go. Now lift your, just lift your hand up. There you go. It knows. Yep, little more. Come on, walk positive. There you go. There you go. Really good. Excellent. Very good. Now just walk a little circle, stand it up again. Yep, you had the right idea when you stopped it. There you go. Now just face it. I'd leave it just like that. Lift its chin up. Just lift the chin up. Just grab the noseband. Oh, here, like this. Nobody's going to fault you to do this. I do it all the time. All right, Meredith, excellent. Okay, I'm not here to fault anyone's horses, just so everyone understands, but we're trying to have a little example. This horse, a little straight in the shoulder, a little long in the back, a little low at the tail set. This is the thing, all conformation, there's an exception. This horse jumps great, the way he is. He's a stallion. If he wasn't a stallion, his hind end would develop a little more. He's young. Excellent turnout, excellent presentation, good feet, angles are correct, beautiful head and neck. And you want to have him step up one behind. So just grab the noseband, Carly, like Meredith did, and lift his head up.
So you stop the back end.
This horse could win a model class even the way he is because of how he presents himself. Expression and everything's important. I'm not saying he's a top model horse, but he could present himself where he could win. There you go. Now, you teach him, just grab the bottom of the noseband, pull his nose up and out. Just kind of, just play with it. Take your time. You got to feel it from your heart. not just soft. There, if his hind end developed, she'd have it. Excellent job. She's clean-legged, stands really pretty straight. Right now, when she stopped him and was moving around with Tracy, he pulled his left front out slightly. So when you had a chance, you try to get him to stand a little more so that he didn't turn it out. You see that?
How do you
But he was doing that correctly at first. Hold the rein so I don't drop him. You're all right. One more. That's better. Now bring him with him. You want to bring him. I shouldn't tell you this. You'd probably beat my butt next year. There. Nope. If he brings this leg. There. See, his legs are straight. Now he's too close together, but you teach him. Here, it's okay. Here, come here. No. You have to play with their feet to see where they're going to stand the best. We literally move them.
Hey.
We literally move them. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't make a big deal of it. Yeah, ignore it for now. There. Whoa. Don't move him. He just stood right. So when he stands and you teach him from here, you teach him to move their front end. Come on. You feel my rein? You feel my hand? Just like that. You don't, no, you're fine. Just feel it. Like this. You'll get it. Oh.
And just like people, they get in the habit of standing in a certain way. Like I'm crossing my left leg in front of me. They all kind of want to do that. So if you want to get them to do a different habit, you have to practice that too.
And then do your walk. Let him take a deep breath. Now, horse acted up a little bit. Nobody got alarmed. Actually, I took a deep breath as he was striking, and he took a deep breath. Issue's over. Had I gotten irritated about it, we'd still have the issue. That's horse handling. He's a stallion, he's young. He's been out here for an hour and a half. I think he's behaving extremely well, and I wouldn't get mad at him for that. I made it a non-event. That's the key. You see a horse walking on everybody, they start yanking on him and everything. You're teaching your horse that he's gonna get yanked on, and he's gonna be bored with it. She handled it exactly right. She took a deep breath, I took a deep breath, issue's over. Now she's walking this horse where he's walking the best he can walk, which is pretty good. Beautiful head and neck. Now when you walk him and stand him up, pull a little on the right rein and you go off to the right side of him, right when you stop him. So as you turn around, bring the right rein over and just walk. So if you're coming this way, just go this way, just slightly. Yeah, you're gonna be on the other side of him as you turn around. And right rein. Get on the other side of him. Over there. Yep. No, hold the reins a little more.
Sorry.
No, you're all right. Just like this. No, you're fine. Just come over here. See, he thinks there's two people. It's good. There you go.
Okay.
Look at that.
Oh.
Perfect. Excellent job. Very good. Next one. Oh, we need to trot him. He needs to practice. Some will just walk, some will trot. A little more right rein, Carly, a little less left rein. Don't look at him. Look where you're going. You're fine. You're fine. And then pause and turn. You don't have to keep trotting. You're trotting 3 lines. It's not a continuous line. It's not a requirement. There you go. Just trot a little farther. So if your horse took 4 or 5 steps to trot, I would have just trotted 4 or 5 steps past it. It's good. You're right. The right idea. You just want a little more communication with the bridle. Okay? Rest is good. You have the right idea. Okay, next one. All right. The last horse. Problems are only questions. They become issues when you let your emotions get involved. Never let your emotions get involved when you have a young horse. That young professional handled it extremely well. That's part of horse handling. You couldn't have asked for a better situation to see how it was handled. Right there. That horse won't do it again, ever probably. All right, let's walk. You can walk a circle. Horses are claustrophobic animals. When you confront them and put 2 or 3 people together with them, they feel maybe that's too much. Sometimes you just have to back up and give them their space. Off you go. There you go. It's trying to walk past her. She's trying not to let it. Very good. Take your time. New line toward me. Very good. All right, why don't we do a little circle and we're going to do the trot. Take your time. Now's your chance. If the horse is trying to walk on you while you're doing the circle, judge is checking his card to give it a little discipline, walk off again. So you can trot. You let it just lean against you and push you, it's going to be worse at the trot. You had a moment's opportunity to give it a little reminder to behave. Just keep looking. Try the trot. Just trot past the wishing wells. Trot past the wishing wells. Trot past them. There you go. Now pull up, turn left, and then walk your new line. Trot your new line. I'm sorry. All right. Whoop, whoop, stop and start over. This horse needs to learn to stop and start at the trot. Needs to rehearse it. So you're going to turn, face me, start the trot. Okay. First, it's just a slow jog. If it tries to walk on top of you, give it a little elbow. Yep, 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 yep. And start again. Don't. Start again. Start again. Whoop. Start again. This is a horse handling clinic. Do it again. Okay, now stop it. Now come over here. We're going to do it again. So as he starts to run past you, just pause. So he knows when your body pauses, he pauses. And he start again. If he tries to run past you, pause. You're letting emotion come involved. Yep. 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 Pause. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Pause. Walk. Turn. Same exercise. Exhale when you start to trot. Remember, their breathing follows your breathing. Trot. Exhale when you pause. Exhale when you pause. Yep. Okay, this direction. Same thing. Exhale when you pause. Exhale when you start. Exhale when you pause. You want a relaxed trot. You want a relaxed, proper walk. You don't want a tense, short. There you go. Once more, trot toward Tracy. And exhale as you pause. There you go. Good effort. You need to rehearse. Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Next one. Good, 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 good. She's rehearsed this. Very good. So I look at it in general. Then we look at it. Eyes a little small. I bet he has beautiful eyes though, doesn't he? Look at the front end. He's landing straight, but he's too narrow by his feet, okay? Ideally. Walk back here. He's a little wide behind, a little too narrow. He follows you, so you have to think how he's going to land, stop so he stays square.
Is it better to back up or to walk forward?
That's whatever works for your horse. Very good question. She asked me, is it better to walk forward to correct their position or back up? You have to know with your horse before you get to the competition. You have to learn your horse. You have to learn your horse. The horse will follow your body. So learn your horse. Very good job. Very well disciplined. This girl's done an excellent job. Okay, we're going to walk. We'll probably only, here's what I want you to do. Walk down, trot across, trot toward me. His horse is going to have had enough shortly. Now, as she's leading this horse, she's pulling his nose slightly toward her. Actually, you'd want its nose to go a little away from her with this horse. It's like I say, you have to know which rein you're holding the most. Each gait, each line may be a different feel through your hands and your shoulder. There you go. There you go. That's better. Very good. And stand them up again. Always make them stand still before you leave. You always make your horse stand still before it leaves. There you go. You're all right. You're all right. Just make him stand, really. He's been out here forever. All righty. Very good. Okay, next one. Tracy's going to walk over while we're doing this, because these horses have been out here long enough. Start to talk about how you can bring your horse out, outfit it a little better, to present it a little better. Now, did you pick your spot to stay on the horse? Okay. Did you pick it? If I were you, I would pick it this way. I would turn it right and pick it. And if they said, oh, we want you to line up right here in a straight line, well, nobody's perfect. I would have lined it up this way. Try that on that track. And you're going to do it from the right side. You may show it from the left side, but you're going to turn it from the right side. Get on the other side of it. You're going to find it stands 100% better. A little more right rein. You all right? You all right? Ringmaster will help you. Go around this way, Paul. Oh, that's all right. Don't look at it. Don't look at it yet. You should be able to feel where your horse puts his feet. You should be able to feel it, sense. It's a sense. You can't teach feel. You can teach sense, create feel. Now, front end better?
Yes.
Huh. Whole body's better. You know, they're not just looking at their legs. Model horse, conformation horse, horse handling, they're not just looking at their legs. They're looking at the complete picture. I've won a lot of classes, breeding and model, where the horse didn't have the best front end, but it had the best overall body. No horse is perfect. The main thing is they have to land flat and as square as you can. So it's too wide in front, right? All right, that's enough messing with this one. All right, here we go. Little stud colt. So he's a stud colt. He's been out here for almost 2 hours. We're gonna be really patient. As a judge, as an exhibitor, he's not gonna get irritated with him. He's gonna allow no emotion. This man's a great horseman. He's gonna allow no emotion to get in the way. I happen to send all our babies to him to break. Now he's not standing perfect, but he's just letting him stand. He's not going to try to make him perfect today. It's a process. Tomorrow's a process. There we go. I don't mind that he turned around. If that horse wants to stand that way, he'll stand that way. I've done model classes. My horse wanted to face the other horses. Judges don't care. They want to see you present your horse the best you can. I judged the Devon model class. The winner faced the wrong way. We didn't care. He was the best horse. That's all right. He might have had enough. Why don't you just go ahead and try a trot? There you go. He trotted straight. He started one step, bulging. The man moved his hand over the right. The horse straightened out to follow his hand. Same thing there. Very beautiful trot. Great mover. Hey, why don't you go back over it? Why don't you go back over there and just walk across, pause, walk up, pause halfway. He's had about enough. He's about to come undone. So we're going to school him so he understands that he can't get more anxious as he goes. That's what you do when you do your horses. You work on up to down with the young horse. Up to down. Everybody walks him, trots him, puts him away. That horse remembers trotting the last time. I'll trot him first, then walk him. He's going to walk halfway. He's going to pause, almost stop. He's going to exhale. And then he's going to, with his judgment, he's going to do it again or not. Now look how calm the horse is. Same thing up here. He's going to use his judgment to know when to pause, make the horse stay disciplined. This is a horse handling clinic. At a show, you couldn't do that. You could pause, though. You teach your horse to pause. So there's just a moment's hesitation, and they go on. But that deep breath makes a gigantic difference. Very good. You don't have to stand him up again. Next one. Excellent job, Doug. Excellent. That's how you school him, right there. He started out at a trot, trotted him. Horse had about enough. He went back, toned it down to half, walked him, paused, walked him, paused, walked him, paused. Big difference. Now, you know when you went to pull him up, that horse started grabbing at you, right? You don't want the horse to do that for a handler class. It's all right. You're almost okay. Just a little bit. Lift the head higher. Lift it from the noseband, not the bit. You have to use your tack appropriately. You don't always lift a horse's head from the bit. Why can't you take a finger and lift the noseband? That's good. That's very good. All right. We're going to walk down, trot across, pause, trot up. They're going to, in the triangle, have you walk the whole triangle, trot the whole triangle. These horses have had about enough, so we're not going to do it that way. Walk with purpose. Walk with purpose. Very good walk. Excellent. Excellent. And a little trot. Yep. Take a deep breath halfway. Excellent trot. Very, very good. And she allowed this horse to pick his balance up when she pulled up. I love that. That is so important. Tells you this horse has balance. So many of them fall on their nose. That's incorrect. Very good job. And you can stand him up again if you will. Actually, just stand right there. That's pretty good. When he stopped, he always steps away with the right front.
Okay.
So you just want him to learn to stand straight. See how he's a little wider off that side? The rest was great. That's good. Next one. All right. Now this horse has actually, this has benefited him by just hanging out. Breathe. Breathe. Exhale through your lips, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your lips, inhale through your nose. That's how a horse senses. Very good. Look at this. He's doing a good job. Now, ideally, this horse is too spread out, but I wouldn't, you know what? I wouldn't worry about it today. They're standing square. The key is the first day they stand square, flat-footed. Flat-footed. Their legs may not be where you want them to be. They stand flat-footed. You've pushed an hour and a half out here. These horses are behaving very well. I would not get too upset. Now all you want to do is see if they walk basically like we practiced in a straight line, okay? We're going to ask the ringmaster to come back here and help you a little bit, because I'll help you walk down there and then you can take it from there. Walk to the left, exhale. Your walk, you can either walk the whole thing or you can trot one of the lines. Myself, I would walk, trot across, walk back if I was schooling this horse. I'll help you get started. All right, keep your eye up. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your lips. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your lips. Slow. Exhale. Very good. Look at this. Look at the difference in this. Huge. I suggested trot, then walk back. You're going to have, there you go. Just trot yourself there. See how this horse is following his body now? Just from the hour he's been out here, he's become part of the horse. The horse has become part of him. You all right? Yep. Trot past it. Trot past it. There you go. Just like a racehorse, you don't ever let him pull up at the finish line. You make him excel at the finish line. Same thing in the triangle.
So much better.
Wow, you get the most improved award so far. Excellent job. All righty. We're going to do it again.
Look at that white thing all the way over there. That's where I should go.
Okay, let's try to exhale through your lips. You got it. Very good. Take your time, pause. Okay, again, toward me. I'm going to step out of your way. Come look right at me. Start trotting. Now go to Tracy. Now to exhale and take a pause. Very good. Excellent. Next one. Never be in a hurry with a young horse. Less is more. Never be in a hurry. Now, all these young ones that are just off the farm, we just want them to stand flat-footed. And now when I have them, I want them to stand flat-footed, and I want to see them take a deep breath. That's all. I don't keep moving him around. He's flat-footed. Get him to take a deep breath. There. He's just giving that horse the best lesson he can. You can teach him to put their legs where you want, because he spent time over this. This horse is united with him, it's unity. Now the horse just moved and stood up better by himself because he's just stood over there and allowed it to happen. That's excellent. Now you're going to walk a circle. You can walk or trot. We can do it again if you need. But through your body, you're going to tell him what you want. It's unity. Tom Dorrance, one of the greatest horsemen of all time. Unity. You've got to feel it. You've got to feel it and believe it. Now this horse is behaving. It's walking with purpose. It jogged a few steps, but it's walking with purpose. What more could you ask for the first day? Look at his expression. He's trying to listen and pay attention to everything else at the same time. He's doing a pretty good job. Take your time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't rush it. Walk to the left. Pause. Never rush it. It's 3 separate lines right here. Now pause for a moment. Pause. Ooh. Okay. Walk or trot now. Never rush it. It's descending. You start out, you lessen it. Very good, especially at the end of a lesson. Very good. Let's stand him up again because he needs to practice that. Excellent job. Exhale through your lips, inhale through your nose. The slower you exhale, the more they'll take a deep breath. Very good job. Excellent. Listen, when you lead him out, make him stop at the gate and pause and take a deep breath before you leave. Too many people allow their horses to rush out the gate. We have a standard rule at home and showing: you never walk straight out the gate. You stop, you pause. The horse takes a deep breath. I'm animate about it. Tracy's animate about it. It pays off. And a horse never tries to run out the gate that way because they've always had to stop. That's a safety issue, if nothing else. Very good. So much better. Now let's try something. Let's walk around the plant and stand him going slightly uphill. When I show a horse on a model horse, I look at the terrain of the whole ring. I used to show horses at the racehorse sales, and you have 70 horses, 2-year-olds, wild as can be. I had a job for life because I dug a hole in the middle of the show ring. I knew which leg to put on which side of that hole by about 3 inches, and I could stand it up. The best horseman would say, "Son, would you please move him out of that hole? I want to see his true conformation." We fooled most of them. Stand him up this way. You think this is difficult? Try in the old days holding one of those 2-year-olds at Hollywood Park when they've been out there breezing. And then they stood in the stall for 2 days, and then they wanted me to stand him up for some nice lady. All right, now this horse stands narrow in front. So you have to teach him to stand wider in front. But they're at their end, so I'm just going to give you suggestions now. All right? That's better. His back's better. And actually, his hind leg's good. Ideally, you'd want the far hind leg up underneath him, okay? But all right, okay, let's just, I'd like to see you trot him down, trot him across, walk back up. Horse has pads. What do you guys think about pads in the conformation class? You can't have bar shoes. You can't have reverse shoes. You can have a rim pad. Can you have a full pad? A breeding class? No. Confirmation you're going to keep your horse healthy and sound. Yes, they will fault you for the pads. Okay, let's stand them up again. So actually now, if I were you, it goes a little more uphill this way. No, this way. I would stand them like you are, but a little more this way, because you're not using the benefit of your hill.
Okay.
Next time, you're all right. But just understand that, it makes a difference. I walk out in the model class, there's a hole right here. I walked out, we were gonna do a model there, I wouldn't stand right there no matter what. I'd be up there, back there, or if I wanted to use this groove from here, 6 feet wide to here, I know which side of this hill to stand on. Makes a difference. All righty, very good. Next one. So think about your hill. How are you going to stand this horse up? What are its flaws? What are you going to try to make lesser? And what are you going to try to accentuate? Now, did you sense and feel how it was going to stand, or did you just look down?
I looked.
Why don't you walk into the circle and sense it? It's just like riding. You can't look at your horse. You should be sensing it now. Which foot's which way? I guarantee you, I can tell you if all my horses land flat, which shoulder's more developed, which hip's more developed. And never look at them. All right, you still were turning when you stopped them. I make a point of having 2 body lengths straight before I stand them up. So if I'd started here, you would have had the hind end closer together. All right, just for next time. All right, let's trot down, trot across, walk back up. We're shortening the triangle a little bit because these horses have had enough. 2 hours is pushing it.
Do you want me on the right again? Or?
You decide.
Okay, well,
You're showing your horse to the best of its ability. If I don't like it, I'll mention it. Now I want to tell you something. The other thing that people don't rehearse is they'll come out here, they'll stand their horse up, they'll work on it, they'll take them out there and leave. Well, great, but if you're going to have a winner, don't they have best young horse? Don't they have to stand out there for 15 or 20 minutes then come do it again? So I would stand out there for 15, 20 minutes, do it again, come in here, but then I would do it again. So the horse never thinks he's finished when on the day of competition. Very good. Stand him up. That's better. Still a little wide behind. We're getting there though. You can't do it in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day. That's very good behind. All righty, very good. We have any left? Yep. No? That's it. Excellent. All right, Tracy and I are going to hang around for 10 or 15 minutes if anybody has any questions. Excellent job. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next year.
Good job, everybody.